In a small village near the mountains lived a poor farmer named Daniel. He owned a tiny house, a small piece of land, and one old basket. That basket was cracked, faded, and almost useless. People laughed at it. They said, "What can an empty basket give anyone?" But Daniel never complained. Every morning before the sun rose, he held that basket and whispered, "Thank you for what I have." He had no gold, no big house, no fame, only gratitude. One year, a terrible drought came. Crops failed. Wells dried. Fear spread everywhere. Villagers became angry, hopeless and desperate. They blamed fate. They blamed God. They blamed each other. But Daniel still said, "Thank you for the breath in my lungs. Thank you for the strength in my hands." One morning he walked to the dry market with his empty basket. People laughed again. "Why bring an empty basket to an empty market?" Daniel smiled and said, "Because gratitude fills what the eyes cannot see." An old traveler heard this. His clothes were dusty, his eyes wise. He stopped Daniel and said, "Let me place something in your basket." The traveler put a single seed inside. Daniel bowed. "Thank you." The villagers laughed harder. "One seed? That's your miracle?" Daniel planted it with care. He watered it with his last bit of water, not because he expected success, but because he was thankful for the chance to try. Days passed. Nothing happened. Weeks passed. Nothing changed. But Daniel never cursed, never complained. He simply said, "Thank you for patience." One morning, green leaves appeared. That tiny seed grew into a strong tree that survived the drought. Its roots went deep. It gave shade, fruit, and hope. Travelers rested under it. Birds nested there. Life returned around it. Soon people came from far villages to see the miracle tree. They brought food, water, and seeds. The empty land slowly turned alive again. Daniel's basket was no longer empty, but not because of the fruit, because of his mindset. A merchant offered Daniel gold for the tree. Daniel refused. He said, "This tree was born from gratitude. You cannot buy gratitude." Another man offered land. Daniel refused. "This miracle is not for sale." Instead, he shared the seeds freely. And something strange happened. The more he gave, the more he received. People respected him. Help came from unexpected places. Opportunities found him. Daniel's life transformed, but he remained humble. One night, the old traveler returned. He asked, "Did gratitude work?" Daniel answered, "Gratitude did not change the world. It changed me. And because I changed, the world responded." The traveler smiled and said, "Most people wait for life to improve before they feel thankful. Wise people feel thankful, and life improves." Years later, Daniel became known as the man with the empty basket, not because it stayed empty, but because he proved something powerful. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. Gratitude is not weakness. It is quiet power. When you are grateful, you think clearer, you fear less, you see opportunities, you attract respect, you become unstoppable. The basket was never empty. It was waiting for belief. So ask yourself today, are you waiting for miracles to be grateful? Or are you ready to be grateful? And let miracles come. Because gratitude does not beg. It attracts. And sometimes, the smallest seed in an empty basket can change your entire destiny.